morning. Terry here again. I'd like to talk today about how I learn things. It occurred to me this morning, and I was thinking about this, that I learn things in three different ways generally. Sometimes I learn something relatively quickly. It's a lesson I learn, and I get it. Other things takes me a long time to learn. Meditation takes a long time for me to learn meditation, and I just keep processing and learning it. Then there are those lessons that I learn by learning over and over again. It's like a combination of the first two. I learn something, I get it, but then it's almost like I forget it, or I morph away from it and I learn that lesson again, and then again and again, which makes it kind of like the second kind, where it's a long time for me to learn the lesson that's there. And that occurred to me today because of a simple thing I'm working on. I'm making drawer fronts. We are remodeling our kitchen using IKEA kits, and they're out of stock for 3 small drawer fronts. And I don't know when they'll get them because of the coronavirus pandemic going on, and they are out of stock, but I don't know when they'll be manufactured. So I decided I'd make my own, at least until they're available and I can get them shipped out to me. And I've cut them out. I drilled some holes, and of course filled the places where I drilled too deep and came out the other side. But so I've rough sanded them, and what's left now is the fine sanding and the painting. And it's not my favorite part of any work project. It's one of those things that I get through as fast as I can because I don't like to do it. But I've learned a lesson over and over again, and that is simply that attitude is everything. Approach. How I approach things is everything. And I was approaching this as a nuisance, as something to get past as quickly as possible, and not looking forward to it much. Then watched a little show that's on Netflix right now. It's like The Repair Shop, where they take, old things that are kind of worn out or busted or whatever, and they put them back together again. And one of the things they were working on in the video we saw last night was an old sleigh, and they had a lot of sanding to do, and how they were doing that, and they seemed to be enjoying it. And I thought, I wonder what it would be like if I changed my attitude. A lesson I've learned over and over again, change my attitude and say, I'm going to pay attention, take my time, take some fine sandpaper and get things really nice and smooth, feel the texture of the wood as I do so, feel the change that happens, see if I can get rid of some of these final little saw marks, and then the painting part, to just watch it be transformed to a beautiful matte finish of white. And approaching it as almost a spiritual practice, something where I'm watching my attitude, paying attention to what's going on inside as much as I pay attention to the wood. A lesson learned over a long period of time by learning it over and over again. I've read that from the mystics, that a great spiritual practice can be washing the dishes just by paying attention. The parts of the daily routine, and for me today, it's going to be finishing these drawer fronts. And with that change of attitude, it's gone from something I dread, something that I must do to get to the good finished product, to something I'm actually looking forward to. Imagine that. fine sanding, painting, perhaps 3 coats of paint to get it to look really nice, to say, that's going to be something that's precious, something I can learn through, something I can pay attention to. A lesson learned again and again. I hope you have some lessons that can come alive by just seeing them a little bit differently, having a different attitude, a different approach to them. Wonder what that might be today. Have a great day.